Okay, so today we are going to talk about some remaining things which we were not able to cover yesterday due to time constraints. So I have to tell you few more details about the users, and also we have to cover chatter today. Then after that, we are going to talk about profile, what exactly profile is, what it does, how it's created and all. Let me show you Salesforce first. Yes. So yesterday I told you in order to create a user, you will go to setup, then user, and then you will click on new user and create a user using the different licenses and different profiles. If you want to add multiple users in one go, let's say you want to create 5 users or 10 users, then you can use this add multiple user option here. So you just click on this add multiple users and you will be able to select the license first. For example, if I select chatter free, you can select Salesforce also. Just give the first name, last name for user number 1, 2, up to 10 in one page you can create. So that is mass creating users. Then after you create a user, there are certain things which you need to know at user level, what all you can do. Yes. So when you create a user, the page looks like this, where you will be able to see the role, profile, license, and everything of the user. And also, when we say time zone, locale, and language, I told you yesterday that if you want certain language or certain time zone based on specifically user, then you can set it up on the user level. Same with currency. If you want to enable the multiple currency, then users will be able to use the currency on their own. Now, if you see these buttons on the user level, if you click on edit, you will be able to edit the details of this user. If you click on sharing, that means I will be able to share my user profile with my colleague and he can make the changes. As of now, only admin can make the changes in your user profile. If you want to change your email address, username, or any other details, only admin can do that. But you have this sharing feature available here that if you want your colleague or any other user to edit the details, you can give this user sharing to them. Just click on add and add their name here. You can select whether you want to share it with roles or groups or another user, and you can share it with them. So if this person, WebShala user, is sharing his user profile with me, that means even if I'm not an admin, I still be able to make the changes on his user profile. Okay, I'm getting error because I'm already admin, so it will not allow him to add my name there. Then the next button is reset password. If one of your users is not able to log into Salesforce and they are saying that they are not able to log in due to incorrect password or something like that, just you can come onto their page and reset password for them. Once you do that, once you click on it, this will send a reset password link to the user on the email address. And then you have login. You all will not see it here because there is this feature which we can enable where we can log in as any other user in Salesforce. For example, if I am the admin of this particular org and I have created 10 users for all of you in my org. If I want to log in as anyone, what Sahil is doing or what Anuradha is doing, then I can just come to their page, log in as them. In order to enable this feature, you just have to go to login access policy in the setup. And enable this. Administrators can log in as any user. Just need to check this box. Once this is enabled, then you will be able to log in as them. Once you click on login, you will be able to log in as this person, what he will see here. And if you want to log out as them, just click on this log out as WebShala user and you will be logged in back as admin. Then there is also this freeze button which you see here. Yesterday I told you the impact of this active checkbox. It means that the user is active in Salesforce. And if somebody is asking you that please remove this user, this person has left the company, then you will just go to edit here and remove this checkbox here and click on save. You will be able to deactivate them. If a user is added in any automations, then you won't be able to deactivate the user, otherwise the automation will be affected. So that's why I'm getting this error, because this person is a part of case assignment rules, the automation. So you have to go to that automation and remove their name from there. Then this freeze button. This freeze button means that if a person is going on vacation for a temporary time period where you don't want them to log into the system for that particular time period. For example, if someone is going on a maternity leave for 6 months and the person will not be available for the 6 months in the company, then of course you don't want them to log in during that 6 months. So you can just freeze them. If you freeze their access, they won't be able to log in. They will be getting an error that their account has been frozen. So once they are back, it is admin's responsibility that admin will come back to this page and unfreeze them. Once that is done, they will be able to log in back again. And also the difference, there are few differences between deactivating a user and freezing a user. Like if you deactivate them, their license will be freed up, right? You will be able to add another user and give them this license. But if you freeze them, you're freezing the license. The license remains with this person because the user is still active. You are just freezing their login for some time period. And also why we freeze it, because if in your absence, if we want your colleagues to work on some of your data, then in that case, we will freeze the account. If you deactivate a user, then nobody will be able to work on their data where they are the owner. For example, if this person has created 10 leads into the system, if I deactivate him, users will not be able to edit those leads. They will get an error that the owner is inactive. Okay. But if you freeze them, your colleagues or any other user will be able to work on his leads in his absence. So that is about these buttons. Okay. Now, one more thing I wanted to show you. If you scroll down, you will see more details here. Like permission set assignment, we will talk about it in detail. What is permission set assignment, how it's assigned, it's related to profile. Okay. Nothing but extra permission which you will give on the top of the profile. That is shown under here in this section, permission set assignment. All these 4 permissions which you see here are related to each other. This is something, if you're giving them some permission, but you want activation to be required, then you will give that. If you want to assign a group of permission, then you will choose this option. If you want to assign some license related permission, which we saw yesterday on the company information page, then you will use this option here. Then this will show if this person is a part of any group. So you will see it here. If this person is a part of which team. We will learn all this later in later sessions, how we will add these users in queues and teams, opportunity teams, account teams. Who is the manager of this person in the role hierarchy? If this person is a part of any application or any third-party app, or if this person has installed the mobile app, all of this, you will see it here. Now, this is login history, which I wanted to highlight here, that if you want to troubleshoot why user is not able to log in, then you will see it under login history. Let me show you my account because I am logging in on daily basis, so it will show you some history here.
Hello.
Yes.
Purva, can you please repeat last 5 minutes? Last 5 minutes session.
Okay, you didn't get it or you joined in late?
Actually, my net is disconnected.
Okay. So if you go to this page, okay, I opened this person again. I have to open my account. So if you go here, if you scroll down, you will see the login history of this user. You will see everything here through which browser, like if you can see here, invalid password. Due to invalid password, I was not able to log in here. So in that scenario, you will be able to also troubleshoot why user is not able to log in. If you see that due to invalid password, user is not able to log in, just simply go to their page and reset their password. Okay, so Dheeraj, what I was explaining prior to this was this freeze button, that you can just freeze the user if the person is going on vacation, and for that particular timing, if you want to just freeze them, you don't want them to log in during that particular time frame, then you can just use this freeze option here so that your colleagues can work on your data in your absence. Okay. And rest, I'm not sure how much you missed, so you can refer to the recording. If you're not able to understand anything, you can ask me tomorrow.
After that only I missed.
After that only I explained the login details only directly. So you can refer to the recordings. If there is some network issue at any one of your end, just refer to the recording, because I'm not sure how or what exactly did you miss. So recording will be there. You can listen to it and let me know if there is any doubt tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so this is about user. Let's talk about the chatter now. Just type in chatter here. We'll go to Salesforce chatter. Go to this chatter. So this is similar like Facebook, used to communicate with each other on Salesforce. If your users want to post anything here, you can just do it. You can mention and tag that person who is a chatter free user or a Salesforce user. So like we created a test user chatter yesterday. So I'm just tagging this person and I'm asking him some details. Hi, can you contact this lead below on this number? Okay. So this person will get an email that I have tagged him and I'm asking him to call this lead on this number. So even though this is a chatter-free user and this user will not be able to see any leads, but because of this information, this person will be able to follow up and work. So you have the option to like, comment, and share this post similarly like Facebook. And you can also raise a poll here. If you have a question, how was the meeting today with Wipro client? You can mention the option good, bad, and you can ask this question and all your users will be able to see this and they can answer it, vote it. Okay. You can also ask the question similarly, raise a poll or ask a question, right? You can also follow each other, follow any records also in Salesforce. Like if I will follow this WebShala user or chatter-free user, which you see here, whatever they will do, I will be able to see it here. I'll see it here under what I follow. Then whoever is tagging me, I'll be able to see it under to me section. If I want to bookmark anything like this one, I have bookmarked here. So I can just see it here under bookmarked. Then company highlight means whatever is happening in your company level, you will be able to see it under company highlight. Then you can save your post in draft also. Then there are some streams also which you can create. Like if you want to check anything on anything, any particular record, what is happening. Like we created lead yesterday, opportunity yesterday, I think Reliance, and you want to see what is happening on Reliance opportunity. So you can create a stream. Just click on new and mention it as Reliance. Click on opportunity and select Reliance. Click on save. Now under this stream, whatever update will happen on opportunity will show you here. Okay, just if I have to show you this, how it looks, I'll go to opportunity now, that Reliance opportunity, and I'll make some changes.
Purva, I have one question.
Yes.
So for every opportunity, we need to do this.
See, this is just the example. If you want to create a stream for multiple opportunities together, you can add multiple names, Reliance, Wipro, TCS in one go, and you will be able to see the changes in all those opportunities. It is just for reference, I have picked up one opportunity.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, for example, if we have this chatter option available on each and every record also, okay? You will see it on leads also, accounts also, contacts also. So if I go to this opportunity here, and if I have done some post on this opportunity level, like if I want to put some information, this opportunity will be closed in next month. So if I go to this chatter, if I refresh this, I'll be able to see it here. This opportunity will be closed in next month. So this is how it's interrelated. And people are using chatter on the records also, so that it's easy for other person to understand what exactly is happening. Otherwise, you are just updating the fields, the amount, the close date, but as a part of team, your team should know why you have changed the close date to next month. So that's why it's always a best practice to inform your colleagues and have this conversation updated or documented somewhere on chatter that this opportunity will be closing next month. I had this conversation with the customer, this is happening, that is happening. So this is the platform which is used by users to communicate and give information to each other. Right? Also, you can create groups, just like you can create Facebook groups on Salesforce, Facebook, yeah. You can create groups in Salesforce also. Like if there is a team, a temporary team who is working on something important as of now for this month, then we can have a group here, like discussion on, let's say, farewell of some of your colleagues, right? So you will just create this group, and there are two types of accesses which you can give while creating a group: public and private. If you make it public, then your customers will also be able to see your group. If you make it private, only users who are added into the group will be able to see it. So I'll explain it again. If you are selecting the group as public, that means anyone will be able to accept, just like Facebook, similarly like Facebook. You see some groups where you can add yourself directly into the group. You have that invite to join button on the group. You click on it and you are able to join the group immediately. But there are some groups where you have to send requests to join the group. Those are private groups. Similarly, you have public and private groups. If you're creating it as public, anybody will be able to join it. But if you're creating it as private, only the owner of this group will be able to add the members. Okay, so let me show you private. I click on next. Here you can add which users you want to add in the group. So if I add this person here,
Ma'am, is there means a limit means to add the members?
no, there is no limit to add the members. Now, while adding a member also, you have two types of access, whether you want to add that user as a member only, or you want to add as a manager. Just like we make some people admin in the group. So if you want to make them admin and manager or just a member, that also you can decide. Whoever you want to add, just select their name and click on done. After the group is created, you will be able to have the discussion on that person's farewell automatically. And this is how the group will look like. You keep on sharing the feed and the details, whatever you want. And as the group is private, whoever wants to join it, once they click on join, you will get the request here to approve or reject, whether you want them to add as members or not. Okay. Now, as this is a private group, only these three people will be able to see what is happening, what we are posting into this group. Yeah, so any questions on this chatter part? Now we are clear, right? What this chatter is and what is the role of this chatter feature of Salesforce. There is also an app which is known as Chatter Desktop, which you can download on your system. Just like you see Teams, we are using Teams in our offices. You have Chatter Desktop also, which is used to just message and communicate with people. And the only drawback of Chatter Desktop is that you cannot schedule meetings and calls just like we do it on Teams. We cannot do it there. That's why it is not growing that fast. Okay, cool. So I assume we all are clear with this chatter thing. Okay. Also, people are asking me for tasks. So the trailhead link, which I am sharing it daily, just practice it for now. I have some tasks which I will be assigning in the revision classes also, because I want to see how you people are doing it. Right now, I am not able to see what you guys are, how many of you are doing it, how many of you are not doing it. So I want to make sure that I conduct revision classes once in a week, every Monday, so that I will give you live tasks and I will ask you to implement it over the chat itself, so that you will be able to gauge your area of improvement on your own, that this particular topic is weak for you, you're not able to do it, and then you'll be able to practice more. So some tasks will be assigned to you in the revision classes. Trailhead links will be given to you on daily basis, which you have to do. And there will be projects once we cover major topics. There will be live projects which I will be giving to you, not now, because now we are just doing simple topics and there will not be big projects on this one. Once we complete uh, at least a week's classes, you will be able to get more projects. Okay, so that's one thing which I wanted to clarify before I forget. Now the next thing is, let's talk about profile. Okay, so what profile means is that it is a collection of settings and permissions that determine what users can see in their interface and what they can do. For example, what apps they can see, what tabs they can see, record types, page layout, fields, all these things are controlled by profile, right? What type of permissions a user can do, that will be defined through profile. App permissions like convert lead, if you all were able to convert leads, right? Because you all are system admins, you all have system admin profile. But if for a user I want that they should not be able to convert lead, then I can remove this particular permission from their profile. Then they will not be able to convert the lead. So the actions, what you are doing in Salesforce, are also defined through profile. System permissions, run reports, mass email, whether you want your users to run reports or not, create leads or not, edit custom objects or not. All of these things are managed by profile. Now, how does a profile change the user experience? So whatever profile you assign to your users after the changes, it will control what tabs will be visible to that particular user. Right now, you see that for this person, opportunities is visible, lead is visible, but there is no account. That means they have removed account tab from this profile. So what tabs will be visible, we will be controlling through profile. Then what apps will be visible. After you click on app launcher, you see marketing, sales, and other apps, right? So what apps will be visible, that also you can control. Then what users can do with the record of a particular object, whether they should be able to clone the record, edit the record, delete the record, convert, anything. All of these minor permissions you can control through profile. Then what fields are editable? Right now, if you go to opportunity, as an admin, you are able to edit everything. But we do not want the users to edit certain fields. For example, we do not want them to edit the, sometimes I've seen people, they lock some fields for the user so that they are not able to edit the amount on the field. Only admin should be able to edit the amount. Or the close date, sometimes users change the close date by mistake accidentally, and then they are not sure how they changed it. So this will affect the pipeline, that opportunity will not show in the report. there will be lots of issues. So that's why we will not give the edit rights to the users, so that you can control through profile. Also, what fields are visible. If you want to hide probability field for some of the users, you can simply hide them through the profile. So all of these things you can perform through profile.
Hello, Purva.
Yes.
Yeah, how to add the field into the neighbor? Because I have seen in my window that the account is not there in the neighbor. So how to add it? Can you please tell?
Yes, I'm going to tell you that. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. So let's talk about, let's go slide by slide. We'll talk about the major functions of profile. Then I'll tell you the technical part also, that how you can add tabs, remove tabs, everything we are going to do practical, don't worry. Now, these are some standard profiles which you see here, some basic profiles which you should know while creating a user. System admin, marketing user, standard user, contract manager, solution manager, minimum access Salesforce. All of these profiles are considered as standard profiles of Salesforce. System admin has the highest access in Salesforce. Then we have standard user. Then we have solution manager. Then marketing user. Then contract manager. And then minimum access is the least access profile. Now, these are some standard chatter profiles like chatter free user, chatter external user, and chatter moderator user. Chatter free user means the user will be able to access all standard chatter people, profile, groups, and files. If you give them chatter external users, that means they will be able to access the groups they have been invited to and interact with members of those groups. If you give them chatter moderator users, they will be the admin of chatter and they'll be able to use all of those features which I was able to use as an admin. Okay. Okay, these are some custom profiles which we will be creating. Now, what are object permissions? Okay, this is very important and you have to pay attention because profile is the base of Salesforce and you can say profile is the father of Salesforce. Without profile, there is no base in Salesforce because that will determine what exactly the user will be able to do. And that is the most important aspect of the security model of Salesforce. Okay, so just pay attention towards these permissions. The basic access on each and every object level you can define through profile. This permission is known as CRED permission. So wherever you hear about CRED permissions, that means they're talking about profile. You can give CRED permission only through profile. That means create, read, edit, delete. This is the full form of CRED, C-R-E-D. That's how it is pronounced. That means the permissions are self-explanatory. If you have given them read permission on accounts, that means users will be able to see the accounts. If you give them create permission, then only they will be able to create accounts. Right now, you all are able to create leads. If I remove create permission from your profile, you will not be able to create leads. Same edit. If you want to edit anything, if I remove this, you won't be able to edit. And same with delete. Then we have data administration permission, which is view all and modify all. That means if I give view all permission, I will be able to see all the accounts which is created by other users also. And if I give modify all permission, I will be able to edit their accounts also. So let's talk and I'll show you the practical now, how to give these permissions and all. Okay. Okay, let's talk about the tab setting also, then I will show you the practicals. That there are three types of tab visibilities which you can define on profile: default on, default off, and tab hidden. Default on means if you're keeping the tab for account as default on, just like Prateek asked me, I'm not able to see accounts, how can I add that? There may be a possibility that that tab is hidden for his profile, right? So in that case, we have to make it default on so that he will be able to see the accounts tab on the top. If you make it default on, simple, the tab will be visible. If you make it tab hidden, the tab will be removed, but there is third option also, which is default off. If you make it default off, the tab will not be visible on the top. However, it will be visible under all items. So let me show you the practical now. So we will create a profile now. Let's go to setup and let's go to profile. So these are the profiles which you see here. Wherever you see custom as checked, that means I have created this profile known as custom profile. And whatever you see where this custom is not checked, that means these are standard profiles of Salesforce. If you want to take a look at system administrator profile, just click on this alphabet here and you will be able to see all the profiles related to this letter. If you want to see system administrator profile, what this profile has. So this is how it will look like. All the custom app settings which I was talking about, see all the apps are visible to me. That is why I'm able to see all apps here. These are the tab settings which I was talking about. So you can see account is default on for me. That's why I'm able to see it. There are some tabs which is default off. For example, assets. Okay, this is default off. That means I won't be able to see this asset tab here on the top panel. However, in the case of default off, if I click on view all, I will be able to find assets here. Here it is. So same with account also. If you make it default off, your users will be able to find it from here, but they will not see it on the top panel. Let's scroll down. I'll show you all other settings which I'm scrolling down right now in the custom profile because all these permissions are logged in standard profile. Then you have administrative permissions, the permissions which I was talking about, if the user will be able to run reports, convert leads, export the data from Salesforce. All of these permissions are here under administrative permissions and general user permissions. Then the standard object permissions, which I showed you in the slide, CRED permissions. So as you can see for system admin, I have permissions on everything. That's why I'm able to create accounts, anything I can create. Okay. These are some password policy settings and session settings which you can control through profile. This defines that if you are not doing anything in Salesforce and you have left your system untouched, then you will be able to log out automatically after 2 hours of inactivity. If you want to change any of it, just click on edit. In standard profile, you can change only the app settings and the tab settings, which should be visible, which should be not, and everything will be logged for you. You have to create custom profile. You cannot remove the permissions on standard profile. Everything is locked except for these permissions also. So you can choose what should be the session timeout. Then all these password policies also you can control through profile. This is also one of the interview or certification questions. that how can you control password policies in Salesforce? So the answer will be via profile. You can choose whether your password should be expired in 90 days or what should be the minimum password length, what should be the password history, whether 3 passwords should be remembered or more than that or less than that. You can choose anything. The password complexity requirement, whether it should include alpha and numeric characters or no restriction, anything. All these settings are self-explanatory related to profiles, which you can choose for your users. Okay. So let me go to cancel and we will go back to profile, and now we will create a custom profile.
Purva. Hi
Yes,
Purva, this is
yes,
Alekhya.
yes,
When
Alexia.
you explaining the tab, please be little bit slow. I can't catch you.
Okay, okay. We are doing practicals now. Don't worry. You'll be able to clear it
Yeah,
now.
yeah. I was opening while you're opening, so I can't catch you. That's it.
Okay, okay. Yes, yes. We'll be doing it now. That was, I just wanted to show you on standard profile. Now we will be creating everything step by step.
Okay.
So now we are creating a new profile, which is custom profile. While creating a profile, it's always recommended to choose read-only profile because this profile has least access. So you will be able to play around with the permissions. So I'll give this profile name as, let's say, custom profile. Click on save. Now if I click on edit here, I will be able to edit everything. And we will see each and everything now, whichever I told you now, that how these settings are controlled. Now what I'm going to do is, I am going to hide all of the apps from this profile, and we will make only one app visible for this profile, which is marketing. So I will remove all of these permissions from this. Okay, so as per this permission, only marketing app will be visible to this user. If you will see as an admin, when I log in, I'm able to see all other apps also except for marketing. I'm going to assign this profile to that WebShala user, and we will log in as him, and we will verify how the page looks like after we make changes to the profile. Let's scroll down to the tab settings now. Okay, so let's hide lead for this person. So we will make it tab hidden so that he will not be able to see leads. Okay, and also for opportunities, let's make it default off. So you'll be able to understand the difference. For opportunities, let's make it default off. Let's scroll down now. Okay, or let me change it. We'll make accounts as default off. And let me hide, because we have made marketing as visible, right? We will hide the opportunities tab. Now let's scroll down. There are few administrative permissions. Let's say we don't want this user to convert lead. So we will find out the permission, and convert lead is not checked for this person. So this person will not be able to convert the lead. Okay. Now let's scroll down to the standard object permissions. Now, as you can see here, he has less permissions as compared to what we were able to see in system admin profile. That means as per the permission, he will not be able to create accounts, edit them, delete them. He will only be able to see it. Okay. So on the lead level also, we will first verify this permission. He has only lead access. We will only give him create access. Okay. And we will not give him edit and delete permission on lead level. Now I'm just saving this custom profile. Now we will go to that WebShala user and assign him this profile. Go to user
Purva,
detail. Yeah.
he was not having all of the options for like read, edit, delete because we have created his profile as read only. Because of
Yes.
that.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now what I'm doing is, after you have created profile, you have to assign that particular profile to the user, because you have created the profile from the backend, but nowhere it is related to some user as of now. So that's why the second step is you have to go to the user, click on edit and give them the profile which you have just created. Then only the changes will be applicable. So I will go to his profile and give him the custom profile which we have just created. Custom profile, click on save. And I click on login now. Now I'm logged in as WebShala user. If you will see here, he can see only marketing app. He cannot see other apps because we have removed it from his profile. Also, he cannot see opportunities tab here because we have made it hidden. Okay. But for account, it was default off. So he will be able to see accounts under view all here. But opportunities, he will not be able to see here also because that is hidden. So that is the difference between default off, on and tab hidden. On means simple, it's on. He'll be able to see it. Off means it is off from the top, but he can see it here. And hidden means completely hidden from everywhere, not here, not on the top panel. He will not be able to see anywhere. Okay, so just learn it like this. Now the next permission which we are going to test is, will he be able to convert the lead? Because we have not given him convert lead permission. So we'll go to lead now. Let's open any random lead. You can see here, he does not have convert permission here. Not even edit. If you go to details, there is no pencil icon available for him because we have not given him edit permission. So this is how permissions are applied through profile. Now, if I log out as this person and if I make any changes on his profile, it will be applicable to him. So let's give him convert leads permission and also let's give him edit and delete permission onto his profile for lead. I click on save. Again, let's log in back as him. If I go back to leads now, if I click on any random lead again, you will see the changes. He has the pencil icon now. He can edit the leads. Okay, like if you want to edit the last name, he can save it now. Okay, now why he's not able to save it? Because I am the lead owner here and he does not have the access to edit my lead. That is why he's not able to edit it. he will be able to edit only his own leads where he is the owner. So let's go to leads and try to grab his lead where he's the owner. I'll go to my leads. So now you will see he will be able to edit anything on the lead. Okay, and also he will be able to convert the lead now. He's getting the convert option now. So he was able to convert this lead. So this is how the permissions are driven. And to answer your question, Prateek, you asked me, you are not able to see accounts here under marketing. That is something which is included in the app customization. So once we will do that topic, then I will teach you. We'll go step by step. Otherwise,
Okay.
you will be able to mix up the things.
Okay, Purva.
Okay, so we're done with this profile topic, how the permissions are defined, what you can do through permissions. And there can be many scenarios where multiple users will have same profile, right? Because if you have created a profile for marketing users, you will give them access on leads, you will give them access to convert the leads and work primarily on leads. So there will be 10 users from your company who are working on the same profile, marketing user. So there will be 10 users who will be having the same profile and same access, right? Same way, there will not be any one system admin. There will be lots of other system admins also. In developer edition, we do not have much licenses. That's why we have to play around within 2 users only. But when you start working live, you will see there are lots of other users having different roles and responsibilities with different profiles. So any questions? Alicia, are you clear now with the tab settings, or still confused?
Yes, but I didn't catch up. I have to watch the video again.
Okay, also I'll give you the trailhead link, follow the instructions and then try to create custom profile on your own. That will
Okay.
help you.
Yeah.
Any other questions anybody has? You guys were very
Ma'am,
active last
yes,
week. Now you guys are becoming just silent.
ma'am.
Yes.
M- Ma'am, first for creating a profile, ma'am, first we need to create a user.
Yes, of course.
Means first user, then profile.
Well, you can create the profile directly also, but it will not be of any use if you don't assign it to any user. But this statement would be incorrect that without a user, you cannot create a profile. You can create a profile, but yes,
Yes.
whom you will assign
But
that.
we
So
not
logically,
yes.
yeah, logically, it is correct that first a user should be created.
Yes, ma'am. Got it.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? Anybody else have?
No, Purva.
Okay.
No, Purva.
Okay, great then. We can wrap up the class for today if nobody has any questions. See you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye,
Bye bye.
Purva.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you so
you.
much.
Thank you, ma'am.